Becky Lynch was recently detained at an airport, so we'll have a look at that story and how it ties back into another superstar. We'll also see Alexa's new reveal, some scrapped WrestleMania plans, and more. Let's start things off with these alleged scrapped plans for WrestleMania 38. We recently went over the rumors and buzz about Omos versus Bobby Lashley taking place at WrestleMania 38 before it was scrapped. But it appears that there was another scrapped WrestleMania plan involving Omos. Reports claim that one of the rumored plans was for Gable Steveson to make a surprise debut at WrestleMania 38 to defeat Omos in only a couple of seconds, a complete squash. Omos has come quite a long way in his WWE career over the last few years. He first appeared back in 2020, where he played the role of a masked-up ninja. Even though he was the scariest and biggest of all the ninjas, it was still in the general field of being a comedic role, and the entire ninja faction never really went anywhere. Then, Omos appeared in a much more serious light as the bodyguard for Raw Underground. Once Raw Underground was abandoned, Omos debuted on Raw as a more serious and unstoppable force. He served as AJ Styles' bodyguard and enforcer for a while before splitting, and now going on this unstoppable run where it appears that no one can stop him. Now, if this rumored idea of Gable and Omos was true, it would be pretty weird. Sure, you instantly put the spotlight on Gable, and it would be a big moment and debut for him. But what happens after that to Omos? It's not like Omos has been on top of WWE for several years. He's still early in his career and trying to climb up the ladder himself. So, having Omos get embarrassed and squashed on the big stage of WrestleMania would be one of those big decisions that would be nearly impossible to recover from. Gable would have to make a big first impression in front of a WrestleMania crowd, but Omos would basically get set back all the way to the start. So, if they want to have Gable come out and do something big at WrestleMania, that'll be cool, but destroying Omos doesn't seem like a good idea at all. Omos needs a big, impressive WrestleMania moment himself. He shouldn't be getting destroyed in any fashion. As far as everything else Gable related, he was recently asked during an interview about Chad Gable and how they share the same name. Gable hinted at the idea that someone's name would have to change. And that's very true. It's very rare for WWE to have two superstars with the same first or last name. When Karrion Kross was coming to the main roster, Nikki Cross lost her last name, so that there wouldn't be any confusion. Same thing with Adam Cole. It was reported that he was going to undergo a name change if he came to the WWE main roster, so that there wasn't any confusion with Michael Cole. So that's something they do. They'll change someone's name if someone else is coming in with a similar name. And that's the situation we have here. We have a Chad Gable and now a Gable Steveson on Raw. Someone's going to have to go under a name change. It all comes down to what WWE wants to happen. Do they want to leave Gable with his real name, or do they want to give him a more WWE-like name? If they leave him as Gable, then that means Chad Gable's name would have to be adjusted. But there's been lots of buzz for Gable Steveson to appear sometime during WrestleMania week, so we'll see what goes down with him. For the last handful of years now, Alexa's Playground has been Alexa Bliss's own spin-off of the Firefly Funhouse. Alexa can host an episode of Alexa's Playground from the backstage area or in the middle of the ring. We've seen her do both versions of the show several times. But what we never knew was who's coming up with the idea. Was it Bray? Was it Alexa? Well, Alexa Bliss had made the reveal herself. Triple H had just announced his official retirement from the ring, and everyone in the industry was coming out to pay their respects to Triple H's career. Alexa Bliss took to Twitter to credit Triple H for the idea of the Playground show and had this to say, quote, "The man who came up with the concept of Alexa's Playground, so talented in and out of the ring. Thank you for everything, Triple H. What an incredible in-ring career." End quote. And Alexa had touched on this topic before in previous interviews. She talked about how everything is always moving fast, and how she wasn't really informed about Alexa's playground until she showed to Raw one week and saw the playground set backstage ready to go. So now we know that the main individual that was putting the concept together was Triple H himself. A lot of fans have been asking for the latest update on Alexa Bliss, and the update is that there is no update. Her Elimination Chamber return continues to go unacknowledged. No teasers, no hints. Alexa's tweets seem to imply that she has no idea what's going on either. So everyone is in the dark right now. But the safe logical guess is that Alexa Bliss will return sometime in the post-WrestleMania season to either confront whoever is the Raw Women's Champion or maybe confront someone else in the women's division. Like we've said a handful of times before, bringing Alexa Bliss back just to lose in another women's title match doesn't seem like the best idea for her coming off this return. So maybe it'll be a safer route if she gets into a non-title feud. Just anything where she can put her losing streak to an end and start fresh again. So we'll have to wait on that Alexa Bliss return. Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus were exchanging words earlier this week on Twitter to build up hype for the WWE live event shows in Canada. Trish teased the idea of bringing her boots to the live event show to confront Becky Lynch, and Becky told her to be careful what she wished for. That interaction ended right there, or so we thought. Becky Lynch took to Instagram to extend this story between Trish Stratus and herself. Becky had this to say on Instagram, quote, "I rock up to Canada last night in my best Bret Hart swag. It's the respectful thing to do, thinks I. Immigration pulls me to the side. Sorry, ma'am, you have to go this way. I turn the corner, must be a 2-hour wait at least. It's midnight, I have a child. What's wrong with you? Get to the top of the line, officer smiles at me. Trish Stratus sends her regards." End quote. Becky ended that post by cursing Trish Stratus out, and Trish replied by welcoming her to Canada. Becky had said in previous interviews that storytelling is the most important element to her, so this appears to be one of those cases where Becky came up with this great story to keep that narrative going with Trish Stratus. Everyone is asking if this is leading towards anything significant. Well, right now it just appears to be a way that Becky Lynch was promoting the WWE live shows in Canada, but again, you never know. Maybe it does lead towards something way down the line. Becky Lynch will have her hands busy with Bianca Belair at WrestleMania 38, which is a pretty scary match for Becky Lynch. Becky had been champion for nearly 600 consecutive days in WWE. She was right around 400 days as champion in 2020 when she made her pregnancy announcement, and when she returned to WWE at SummerSlam 2021, she instantly became champion on that same night. So in terms of consecutive days as champion in WWE, Becky has been pretty much a champion every single day that she appeared on WWE, dating back to WrestleMania 35. So she's been at the top for a while, and many fans feel like this will be Bianca Belair's time to shine. So we'll see how that turns out. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.